Start off with this video, just talking about the basics of getting started with trapping possums and doing your own pest control, whether it's around your lifestyle block, whether it's doing it for a living, or just if you've got the odd possum that comes even around your townhouse or anything. So to begin with, if you're say in town and you have the odd possum come through or something and you want a means of catching them without having to have somebody else come in and get them, your best option is probably going to be a cage trap, because you might catch someone's cat or something like that, and most people aren't going to want their cat caught in a leg hold trap, because if it's a young one it could potentially, if it's a brand new trap, cause a little bit of damage. But yeah, your best option is going to be a cage trap. Lifestyle block, rural house, anything like that. If you don't live near anybody and don't have cats or anything, your other option besides a cage trap would be a Tim's trap, if you just want to have to kill them and not have to kill them yourself or whatever, if you're a bit sensitive to that sort of thing. If you just want them dead instantly, your Tim's trap's the way to go, or what they call a sentinel trap, which attaches to a tree. Possum goes up, grabs the bait, and its neck's broken straight away, so it's dead instantly. Or the other option is buy one of those good nature traps, the gas powered ones, where you can get rat stoke ones and you can get possum ones. So they're just, if most people don't know about them, they're just powered by a little CO2 canister, and the animal puts its head up inside a little tunnel, and it touches a trigger or something like that, and a rod, I think, gets protruded straight into its head and kills it instantly. And then of course, if you want, you can get leg hold traps too, if you want to just be able to pluck the possums. And then if you're going to be doing it full time, you're going to want a bunch of leg hold traps, number one leg hold traps, because they're the lightest option. You can go to 1.5s, but it's kind of pointless. Or you obtain a poison license as well, and you can use cyanide and go that way. If you're going to be doing it full time, of course you're going to want to be looking for areas to trap. The easiest way is either get onto some farmland if you can, and that's either you're going to have to go door knocking, or if you know somebody with some land, ask them, or you can go around and put flyers out people's letterboxes or whatever. Next best option would be to look at dock maps in your area. If there's not a ton of 1080 being put out, then it might be worth doing a bit of trapping. So you just get hold of dock, get a trapping permit. It's for 3 months, and they will send you out maps with blocks, and they'll tell you your block number. And then the maps aren't that great, so the next best thing is to go on Google Earth and have a look and reference that back to your map and work out exactly what ridges and that you want to trap, creeks, wherever you're going to be trapping. If you're going to be trapping public land, certain areas have different criterias which they will tell you, and it will be on your permit anyway. And get back as far as you can from easy access points. Like, possums generally aren't going to be miles back in the bush, they're going to be out near the front country anyway, or anywhere that there's decent amounts of grass and that sort of thing. So you want to be getting into places where most people can't be bothered going anyway, because if there's been people in there trapping before, the likelihood is they're probably just going to trap the easy stuff and not bother about the hard stuff. One thing is, when you're using traps, you don't use these old gin traps that have the teeth, because they do some damage. that shutting full power onto a possum's leg, generally it can snap it can, you know, break skin, whatever, and a dog doesn't really like it if they get caught in them. But yeah, if you're going to be looking for private land to trap on and you're not too sure, Google Maps, Google Earth, sorry, you can go on there, and same with the public land. If you're just trying to work out what areas you'd like to trap on dockland or whatever, best thing is go on there. Quality of the imaging is pretty good. I think it's been updated this year, and work out where you're wanting to trap, and also look at topo maps with contour lines and all that sort of thing, so you can work out the terrain and that, because you don't want to be going on to Google Earth or whatever and going, oh shit, that looks like a good place to trap, and then you turn up there and it's like, holy crap, this is steep. But yeah, next video I will do, I might talk a bit more about just the whole getting started thing, and probably just go on to trap selection, where to buy traps from, and then your lure selection and that sort of thing, just to get started. And then we will go into setting your traps, looking for different sign and that sort of thing. And then after that I'll just do some videos on plucking possums, skinning possums, and ways to keep your fur weight as if you had just got the fur but you're not selling it for 3 months. The best thing to do is to put it in the freezer, of course, but you just got to be careful, but I'll go into detail about that on another video. And then just sort of various different things that I've experienced through trapping. There's a whole list of stuff that you can go into, but yeah, if there's anything anyone would like to know, drop it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, basically this will be a series of shorter vids. This will be probably the longest video that I do, because looking at what you need to get started and where you're going to trap, there's a fair bit to it. But then the rest of them, they will be pretty quick and snappy. There's not much really to go into that greater detail. You know, everybody, once you get started, everybody learns different things and might have a different idea of how to do it, but this is just more my ideas and my perspective on how to do things. And yeah, like, I've caught a lot of possums and generally don't have that greater rate of set-offs or anything, so must be doing something right anyway. But anyway, yeah, we'll go into more detail on other things in the next lot of videos. So this will be video 1, and then there'll be, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 videos after this, hoping to do them weekly, and if not every 2 or 3 days possibly, just to get them over and done with. Because yeah, summertime, you're going to want to start researching for winter if you're going to do it full time, autumn, winter, because that's your best time to be doing the possums. And especially with everything that's been going on lately surrounding 1080, there's a lot more people that are possibly wanting to start doing a bit more to prove that we don't need the 1080 blasted everywhere through our country. But yeah, that's a whole different subject, which there's that many people that have talked about it, but I've got my views on the best way, I think, to stop it, but that's a whole different story anyway, and that's something we might go into in the future. But yeah, anyway, yeah, if anybody wants to know anything, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date. There'll be a fair bit more coming, hopefully. Like, I've been stuck home for bloody 2 weeks because I've had no vehicle, front end of the ute, still waiting for parts to turn up, so sort of haven't been able to do anything, haven't been able to get any content out, so I thought I'll start getting this series of how-tos on possum trapping and pest control together, and then yeah, hopefully once I get my ute back up and running, I'll be doing a bit of night hunting with the dogs, with pigs, and I'm going to start doing a fair bit more deer hunting coming into the spring, summertime. And I've been doing a lot of research lately, and I'm going to start doing some reloading and getting a longer range rifle set up, hopefully, and then yeah, diving videos, fishing videos hopefully, and that sort of thing through the summer. But we'll see how everything goes and see how much can go to plan. But anyway, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.